this show, the other show, the one you know. Oh, you listen to the other show with real life friends, Kenny, Josh, and Spencer. So let's go.
Like, I feel like the dumbest person in the world, right? Like, it took me 3 weeks to finally figure out that these pills were not chewable pills. They were swallow-only melatonin. So for the past 3 weeks, like, they were disgusting. Like, they were so bitter compared to the old melatonin pills.
I mean, isn't every pill chewable if you try hard enough?
That's true.
I mean, I guess so, but like,
And tell me this. So you were given specialty melatonin, because this isn't over the counter stuff. It
no.
sounds like.
So this is melatonin that I just bought off of Amazon.
Oh,
Right. Like, I usually have a certain brand, but ever since Walt's little operation,
yeah.
I've been trying to save money, so I went with a cheaper brand.
Oh no.
And I just started popping them in and chewing them. And yeah, the taste was disgusting, but I'm like, of course it's going to taste different.
Sure.
So for 3 weeks, I just stomached it, and just the nastiest flavor in the world. And then I'm sitting there one night looking at these pills, and I decided to read it, right? For whatever reason.
Yeah,
and
you just had to read the pill box.
Yeah.
The instructions, please don't die.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Truth be told, basically, I forgot to bring my phone into the bathroom.
Okay.
So anyway, I had to.
Look, Josh, if it makes you feel any better, you're not the dumbest person in the world for not reading your medication sooner. I know some people that think that John Bon Jovi and Bon Jovi are two separate people.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a thing. So at least that's not you. No.
Is this you?
No, let me look it up, because I actually saw an article on this. John Bon Jovi and
Well, now I have to know, so whenever I get my kids melatonin, I get the gummies from Target. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know if they're strong. They're probably not adult size. They're probably more children based, but I mean, they're like $12 for a little container.
Yeah.
Are the pills are pills better for adults? Are they more effective?
Well, yeah, I get usually the dissolvable ones.
Yeah.
And they're the 20 milligrams.
Okay.
Because I know the kid milligram is usually what, like 1 to
probably
maybe 5, if that.
Yeah.
So just because I'm a bigger guy, it usually takes me a lot more.
Yeah.
So I'll usually take maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
So about 60 milligrams. But
and you're chewing these every night?
Yeah.
Like 3 of them?
Yeah. Cool. And just so bitter. But the thing is the ones that I had before, they actually taste pretty good.
Okay.
Right? Kind of had a nice little raspberry hint to it.
Sure.
But these were just straight bitterness. And I'm just thinking, well, it's a cheaper brand, and whatever. And then I figured it out, and my wife hasn't been able to stop laughing at me the past week or so.
So Quinta Brunson on Amy Poehler's podcast with Tina Fey admitted she did not know if John Bon Jovi and Bon Jovi were different people. Amy Poehler and Tina Fey admitted that they sometimes had gotten confused with that as well. It's a common thing, apparently.
I mean, that's ridiculous. They should be reading that medicine for sure. I mean, just in case.
At least they'd know if John Bon Jovi was chewable.
I don't even know what that means.
Yes, you do. Search your feelings.
Yeah.
Josh, I feel like when your wife makes fun of you for stuff like this, do you always have to bring up an old inside joke? Be like, well, at least I didn't, XYZ or whatever. Do you have to, or do you just have to grin and bear it and say, you're right?
I usually
this is my sword to fall on.
I usually have to grin and bear it, or it just becomes like I just insult her mother.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Which, truth be told, I love her mother to death.
Okay.
It's just we when we try to insult each other, my wife and I, it usually turns into your mother joke, right?
Yeah.
So
how dare she? Mama Hansen, she's tier 1. She's a tier 1 Hansen. I think she's the bracket winner.
She would be, and she is.
Yeah.
She is tier 1.
So take it easy, Marianne.
Or ranked 1, depending on what kind of podcast you listen to.
You know what? Here's the thing. With the Hansen bracket, it doesn't matter if it's a battle to the death or just a voting thing. Mama Hansen wins.
Spencer, where did Marianne fit in the bracket? Did she make it far?
You know,
I think you're afraid to answer.
No, let me pull up my bracket. I've been running hypotheticals. No, she made it to the final 4.
Okay, good. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
She didn't lose to my mother, did she?
No, that, you know what? Honestly, it could have been a final 2 matchup. But for some reason, my co-host on my other show decided to change the rules on me last minute, and she didn't make it past the final 4. So they decided to use the same rules from the last round in this round and eliminated her.
Okay,
So
yeah, that makes
flippy-floppy.
sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of how brackets go.
Yep.
I honestly think my co-hosts decided who they wanted to win and then just made up arguments along to push their preferred candidate along.
Yeah, sounds like Baconsale. What? She must have had a t-shirt. Anyways, okay. Well, sorry, Josh. From now on, read all the medication you get.
I'm going to.
Did I ever tell you about the time I met Marianne and she put her arm around me and said, "Spencer, you've made it."
What does that mean?
Well, I was really worried that I wasn't really good friends with Josh at the time, and I was sitting kind of alone at a party
Yeah.
and looking on and like kind of in awe that, you know, Kent's there, Josh is there, KP's there, Dave's there.
Yeah.
And Marianne just kind of put her arm around me, and I said, "I don't know if I belong here." She put her arm around me and she said, "Yeah, no, you belong here. You've made it."
Wow. That's an honor.
That's
True story. True story. True story. Well, that was right before she gave me her guitar.
What?
Wait a second.
Yeah, she gave me her guitar.
What are these stories you're coming up with? What just happened? She gave you a guitar?
Yeah.
Are you stealing somebody's untrue stories?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, I think you are.
When does Dave Grohl come into this?
You little savage.
My gosh.
What's funny is I was actually mad at your wife for a second. I'm like, where's my freaking guitar? I didn't get a conversation.
Look, the evidence is all circumstantial.
Tell the episode. Yeah.
You brought it up too.
All right, Spencer, we need to talk, okay?
Okay.
Apparently you got in trouble. I was talking to Chad Illum, and he's like, yeah, you know how Spencer does the monthly food segments where he talks about new food? For some reason, you didn't bring up New Mountain Dews. And that was like a big deal last month. So he felt like you failed.
Right.
Like, sure, we may hear about new crackers or new chips out, but you're not going to cover soda?
I mean, I could, but that's kind of his forte. I think he should just call in once a month and let us know what dues are coming out.
He doesn't have a podcast.
He has Josh's voicemail.
I was going to say, you get a 3-minute podcast if you call in on the voicemail.
Nice plug.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Spencer, do you have any other food news?
I do have other food news, so I can tell you according to lifestyle.com, what the best hot dog brand is.
I know you've talked about this before, but that's
Yeah.
very subjective, right? Okay, what is...
No. Ours was not subjective. We had scientific methods.
What are the scientific methods based on you guys?
We rated
He
on.
put wieners in the mouth.
No,
Yeah, you chubby bunny.
we had a panel, and we had them rate on a scale of 1 to 5 on mouthfeel, texture, snap,
Okay, there
flavor.
we go. Now we're
and
talking
aroma.
about the wieners that won't get us.
Yeah, this is very circumcisional. Wait, mouthfeel.
And mouthfeel, yeah,
Girth.
snap,
So girth.
appearance,
Okay. Oh, hold on,
And-
guys. I gotta let in my cat.
and the top 3 we had were starting with number 3, Nathan's Famous,
Mm-hmm.
Falls brand, all beef,
Mm-hmm.
and then the winner, surprisingly,
Was Fudd?
no, Ballpark. Fud was bottom. Like, of the 32 brands, bottom.
Oh no, it was, and I was totally the one who brought that.
So let's see if the winner of this Yahoo Life Lifetime magazine article is correct.
I have a feeling I'm going to be really disappointed by this list. Kind of like with the states that would survive the alien invasion list. There's a total bust.
Oh, I'm just going to tell you this absolute best hot dog brand with the perfect snap. Brand. It's not brands. So I haven't taken a look at this article.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm already disappointed. There's a good reason Costco's regular shoppers never fail to stop at the food court for a quick and expensive meal. It's those succulent, full of flavor hot dogs. 100% beef franks are sold none other than Kirkland's signature beef dinner franks.
I love how he's trying to be very seductive right there.
Yeah.
And
The mouthfeel of a nice beef dog.
you just made me want to eat burgers instead of hot dogs for the next 3 months.
Well, no. So here's the thing. Yeah, Kirkland signature hot dogs they're great. These ones are specifically the premium dinner franks, which are the ones you can buy in the food court. I actually kind of prefer the Kirkland's all beef hot dogs over the dinner franks. The dinner franks are a little bit too big. They don't really have a snap though. If you want a snap, you got to go with Boar's Head. It's a good hot dog though.
Wait, was that like
wouldn't
a
say
number
it's like-
10? Or was that?
No, the Kirkland all beef hot dogs were actually like number 4, and then the dinner franks were like number 5.
Okay.
So they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but there's better hot dogs out there. For the price though, you can't really beat it. So I'm not gonna bash on the Costco. What I will say is Costco Kirkland all beef, the dinner franks, they are made in house. They're their own hot dogs, so they're not outsourcing it like Sam's Club. Their members mark their $1.20, $35 combo.
Yeah.
Those are Nathan's Famous.
Yeah. I like how you're saying if you make hot dogs from scratch, like they're better quality because they're just hot dogs. They're literally lips and other parts.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Hot dogs are the worst quality meat.
Nope. Depends on the hot dogs you get. Boris, yeah. Oscar Mayer, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to be getting, again, if you get a beef, pork, chicken blend or pork chicken blend, something that's not kosher, yeah, that's what you're going to get. But if you get a premium all beef, you can actually see the cuts of beef they use. So like in Nathan's Famous is going to be using chuck. And it's all beef because it's kosher. Nathan's actually isn't kosher because they wouldn't allow rabbis in to see the secret spice blend.
Okay.
But like Hebrew
Like
National,
rabbis are beating down the door. Let us see the blend.
If it's
The Jews
kosher,
are here
it needs
again.
if it's gonna be kosher, it's got to be seen. So they actually used to use Nathan's.
Why is that not a slogan?
It is. Have you not looked on a Hebrews National lately?
He doesn't read packages, clearly.
No.
Next time you're stuck on the jaw, and grab a bag of or a pouch of Hebrew Nationals.
Please don't bring those into the bathroom. There's like a thought out package of hot dogs. Just behind the toilet.
Sorry,
It's
honey.
fine.
Sorry, honey. Had to do some homework.
Don't people usually have that?
You do.
You joke, but yes, I used to. As a kid, I used to grab. We weren't the most affluent family, so it was Bar S.
Yeah.
Occasionally, we'd get Ballpark. But yeah, I'd grab a pack of frozen hot dogs, put it on my pillow, and sleep on it, so that it was thawed out by the morning. I could just grab a Frank to go.
Is this real?
True story.
Hold on. First of all, you had a hot dog for breakfast, like a room temperature hot dog for breakfast. Not only room temperature, like bedhead temperature. Okay.
Still slightly frozen.
Ooh, that's disgusting. And secondly, how are your dreams as a child?
Wiener dreams. Nothing but wiener dreams.
Yeah.
And not the kind you're thinking.
Oh my
Is there
gosh.
like a hot dog fairy that you're waiting for? And if there was,
I feel like a song is going to be at the end of this episode.
yeah,
Hot dog fairy.
roll the AI song because those are amazing. Yeah, we need what are we calling this fairy? The hot dog fairy, the wiener fairy? I feel like that's dangerous.
Wiener fairy.
Yeah, it's really dangerous. You call it that.
Frank fairy. Anyways,
Frank fairy.
okay, so I'm so distracted by you sleeping on hot dogs.
Anyway, Kirkland Signature used to actually use the $1.50 combo used to be Nathan's Famous as well.
Okay.
But then the price point went up on the Nathan's Famous, and it was too much for Costco to really make it feasible to be a loss leader with the $1.50 combo and still offer it without raising the price. So they decided to switch in-house, and Kirkland Signature hot dogs and beef franks are all now made in-house.
Okay.
So that's...
In-house under Spencer's.
I have actually made hot dogs from scratch, and they're pretty good.
Really?
Maybe I'd want to just eat one from underneath your pillowcase.
Look, if you want something bad, I've got another article here about the worst fast food burger.
Wait, is that it regarding to the best hot dog? Is it just Kirkland?
It's brand Kirkland, and I disagree. My top 3 would be Dietz and Watson.
Okay. Which is where?
You can get that in the deli section at your local grocery store.
Okay.
Same with Boar's Head. You'll see a lot more Dietz and Watson lately because Boar's Head had an E. coli outbreak and tried to kind of bury it, but they're good. They're good. They're really
And by
good.
bury it, you mean just package it into a tube and feed it to you. Sure.
Underneath Spencer's head.
No, that was salmonella. And then
That was,
number 3.
that was the origin of the outbreak.
Number 3 would be Falls brand all beef for me.
Okay. All right. Well,
Not the
now we
quarter
know.
pounder, not the delis.
Yeah.
Gotta be the all beef.
Okay.
But the worst fast food burger, according to Reddit. Let me ask you guys though, what would you say is the worst fast food hamburger?
Okay, here we go. Let's break it down by place that has burgers. Obviously, McDonald's. We could talk about that.
Burger King.
I like the, maybe Burger King. Except for Burger King has the rodeo burgers and they're flame broiled. I'm removing Burger King from the equation.
Well, and Burger King tastes like steak Lagunde.
Yeah, it's like overcooked meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like your basic McDouble. Like, I think I don't really like McDonald's burgers outside of the quarter pounder.
See, and I love McDonald's burgers. Like, just your plain burger with your dehydrated onions. That's perfection
Do
to
ya?
me. Oh, yeah.
Really?
I love
Did you
it.
did you like the onions as a kid too? Because I hated them.
Oh, yeah. No, I loved it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It adds such a depth to it.
It does. And there's something to be said. If I want like the quintessential fast food hamburger is a McDonald's double cheeseburger. Or even just a single cheeseburger. And it's the patty, the dehydrated onions, ketchup, mustard, pickle. That's it. Like,
Yep.
that is a fast food hamburger. You start throwing like soggy lettuce and like slimy tomato on there, you're throwing off like the fast food hamburger.
Okay. Okay. So what's yours, or will that spoil the article?
The worst one?
Yeah.
Do we want national chain or semi-local chain?
Both.
Yeah.
National chain, I actually think Carl's Jr. has the worst.
Like just
Like
plain burger.
Yeah, they're like the cheapest burger on their menu. Not great.
Hard disagree.
Oh,
McDonald's is so much worse than Carl's Jr.
No. Because Carl's Jr. you're paying a lot more for a lot less. With McDonald's, you know exactly what you're getting. And for $3.20, you get yourself a double cheeseburger and a spicy McChicken. Throw out the bottom bun on both, put them together. Bam, you got yourself a McNasty, and that hits the spot.
Okay.
I would make a comment there, but I don't want to get the E if we're
Well, that's why
there.
I changed it to the secondary name of the McNasty, not the primary name of the McNasty.
Thank you.
Okay, and what's the worst local place?
Arctic Circle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
100%.
I am pretty sure they get the lettuce for those burgers off the ground.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, you're right. And
Now, what
there
would you
is
say-
it the
best?
chicken stars? They have chicken
Oh,
stars or chicken
gross.
rings? They have
They
chicken
got the
rings.
chicken rings.
Yeah.
Well,
Ugh.
they have X's and O's.
Yeah. It's so weird.
It's gross. If it's any shape other than a pretend nugget, it's not great.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes Arctic Circle redeemable is their ice cream.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's average at best.
Yeah, but sometimes you get it for free. Those little tiny cones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love doing that. Like I would go to the gym, go work out, and then I'd go through the drive-through and get a courtesy cone.
Josh, because you and I shared the same childhood, I need to ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, that's all I'm going to say, do you remember the Arctic Circle where in Centerville where Little Caesars now is?
Mm-hmm.
What's the one thing you remember about that Arctic Circle? So you're going inside with your family, right?
Yeah. Well, they had
The saddle chairs.
the saddle chairs. Yeah.
Spencer, on one side of that building, they had saddles.
Yeah, no, the Paces in Layton still has it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going. I want saddle chairs in my kitchen. I mean, like, that for me is it's such nostalgia that when they got rid of Arctic Circle there, I'm like, but the saddle chairs, I think they even got rid of those before.
No,
But-
Kent, the minute you put saddle chairs in your kitchen, Chris Hansen shows up.
Take a seat, and I'm all, yeehaw.
If you're lucky enough, though, Josh Hansen.
See, oh, yeah, does Chris Hansen, is he on the Hansen bracket list?
Yeah, but he got knocked out early by Luke.
Oh, Luke beat him?
We won't go in.
Okay, so what is this article? What do they say is the worst burger?
So, according to Reddit users, one reigning loser was clear. McDonald's was cited most often when discussing the poor burger experience.
Okay.
Hating on McDonald's is popular, most quipped, but the meat on the Big Mac is pressed. If it was pressed any flatter, it would be in a second dimension. One user may have said it best, because what are you going to do about it? Not go to McDonald's? McDonald's strives to be consistently average. Is their biggest complaint, which is true. I mean, you get $10 and you've got like no time between meetings. You know exactly what you're going to get at McDonald's. It's going to be pretty much the same no matter which McDonald's you go to.
It's so true. It's just this bar of quality. It's a standard.
I love it though.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to their French fries, because of all the things on their menu, that is by far the most superior thing. The French fries have brought me back to life many times.
Their French fries are by far the most inconsistent thing on their menu.
No.
Spencer,
No,
you're
they're
doing it wrong. Spencer, never get yourself fries because you'll be disappointed. What you do is you get your kids and your wife McDonald's, and you're like, I'm going to go without fries. And then when you're going through the drive-thru, and then you open the bag and eat them on the way, they're the best things you'll ever taste. That's the best case scenario for eating McDonald's fries.
Is that a Kent dad hack?
Absolutely.
Steal food
Whenever
from your
you order
kids?
fries, they're not salted. They've been out for a while. You're always going to be upset. But if you eat someone else's fries, I mean, thievery is golden. They're so good.
They are the best.
This has been dad hacks from Ken.
Yeah.
Steal from your kids.
Absolutely.
It tastes better.
They only gave me this many fries. Mm-hmm. It's weird, strange. Here's your apple slices, kids.
But honestly, last night I actually had a McDouble burger from McDonald's. It was the only thing I could stomach. Long story short, I had some nausea from earlier that day, and I could not keep anything down until I had a McDonald's McDouble, and that thing stayed down me. And
Really?
yeah, it was the
Because
only
it's like a
thing that
brick.
well, yeah, but just the taste alone, like the onion and the cheese and the ketchup and the pickle, delicious.
It's funny to a lot of other people that may make them feel a little bit queasy, right? If their body's already kind of feeling that way. But to you, it's like you're so used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's like, yeah, that's my happy place.
Yep. I disagree with the notion that McDonald's is the worst burger out there. And I do kind of get the whole, like, it's popular to hate McDonald's.
Well, like it's popular to hate the Cowboys or Taylor Swift, right? But at the same time, there's so little competition as far as fast food burgers go. And McDonald's is like a go-to thought. And I don't know. I think their cheap burgers are gross. I also don't like the Big Mac. I only like the quarter pounder.
According to this article, the Big Mac is the worst one out of all of them. And I can get that. I completely agree.
Yeah.
The Big Mac, if you're going to go to McDonald's, never get anything that's not on the dollar menu. You'll be disappointed every time.
It's funny. Like, I can't be elitist here because the thing I get literally every time is that spicy McChicken sandwich.
Oh, that is the best.
Right. And so, like, it used to be $1, but now it's part of a $5 biggie bag.
Mm-hmm.
It's somehow good, but it's not.
Look, you just use the coupons. And have you ever done the McNasty, Kent?
Look, I'm just getting back out into the dating scene. So, no, so Spencer, my go-to is I get the spicy McChicken. I get a kid's fries or small fries. I topple them over the burger. Well, by the way, no white sauce in my spicy McChicken because mayo's gross.
Oh.
And so I have the patty, a little bit of their shredded lettuce because that's okay. The fries, and then I get sweet onion chili sauce over the top. And it is, obviously I have to buy that from the store. It's so good. It's delicious.
I'll tell you what, I'll give that a try if you give the McNasty a try.
I will. We should probably go to McDonald's together.
Okay.
And make this happen.
And I'll get filet of fish because that's my go-to.
Well, I'd say but every time I get it, I'm like, that's actually all right. But every time I think about it, I'm like, that's disgusting.
Apparently, Wendy's came out with a new fish sandwich that I kind of want to try, but I don't know. I feel like I would be cheating on McDonald's if I did. But hey, it's Good Friday this week.
Here we go.
That might be a good time to go, try out the new fish sandwich.
Yep, that was the original intent of Good Friday.
Well, speaking of crappy things, I'm going to share an article with you guys.
Go ahead.
This actually is it's kind of a conspiracy theory, okay?
Yes.
And it's about AI company logos.
Okay.
So you go ahead and pull up the article.
Other show
While
and
you're
tell, here
pulling
we
that
go.
up, if you pay attention to AI company branding, you'll notice a pattern. circular in shape, often with gradient, central opening or focal point, radiating elements from the center, soft organic curves. Sound familiar? It should, because it's also an apt description of a butthole.
Oh my gosh.
Now take a look at the logos
The
that are
literally,
listed there.
the title of this article is "Why Do AI Company Logos Look Like Buttholes?"
And it does go through this article. We'll share this article because it makes some great points. Like it shows OpenAI's logo. The original OpenAI logo was just a flat open.ai
Yeah.
and word branding.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to, well, a butthole.
Yeah.
They say the Blossom logo is more than just a visual symbol. It represents the core philosophy that guides our approach to design and innovation. At its heart, the logo captures the dynamic intersection between humanity and technology. Honestly, the fluidity and warmth of the centered thinking through the universe in the circle, it looks like a butthole. Like it's just a swirling with the negative space in the middle.
Oh my gosh, Gronk looks like they need some hemorrhoid cream.
The worst one, though, is Anthropic Claude.
Yeah.
If you scroll about a third
Yeah.
of the way through
The
article,
orange one.
the orange one. They do a side-by-side comparison with Kurt Vonnegut's book Breakfast of Champions,
Yep.
and there's
Where he
a picture
draws like a stick figure starfish.
is
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he gives an illustration of his butthole,
Yeah.
and it is literally a black version of the Claude logo that is orange, like straight up lifted.
So too long didn't read. Are they saying like that they're hoping that people's eyes are drawn to sphincters? like what's what, Josh?
I'm looking at, I scrolled down all the way down here to historic logo disasters.
Uh-huh.
Brazilian Institute of Oriental Studies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that
I'm not even going to describe what it looks like because that would get us an E.
well, and then the Zune logo flipped around
Yeah.
is it's anus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on. Are we being tricked?
No,
This,
so what-
is this like an Alex Jones sort of thing?
I mean, we could make it.
You know, they
into
talk
that.
about how it is psychology.
Okay.
Like circular design psychology, circles represent wholeness, completion, and infinity. Concepts that align with AI. The problem is that humans like to make a connection to things,
Yeah.
right? Like that's why you see faces on like rocks.
Yes. Right.
Or there's a song by Z Frank. It's called An Ode to Freud.
Okay.
You can look that up on your own. I'm not going to sing it here because I don't want to get us the E.
Z Frank is the true facts about the Tarsier.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the copycat effect, one person did it and then everybody else copied it.
See, it's funny. Like I thought when you talked about logos, I thought you were going to talk about, and they show this in the article, how every logo is like simplified now. Where they used to have life, they had aura even. Now it's like, here, it's just this. It's a really basic font. In fact, it's a slimmer version of something we did before. And I feel like it's like, oh, that's so boring. Like
Well, and
the personality is gone.
Yeah, and they do break down the different eras, like the 3D and glossy from the 1990s to 2000. So drop shadow, shiny, glassy, and then in 2010 to 2013, the skeuomorphism. And that's, if you remember, like when the iPhone first came out, that stuff with like leather textures or like realistic looking.
Yeah.
Followed by the flat designs, and then the neomorphism with soft shadows, which is what we have been. And then like from now on is the butthole era.
So, Josh, remember how I was saying, hey, I could use some help redesigning the Baconsale logo for like a hat. Now we know what to do. Now we have some direction.
Bacon anus.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Not family friendly.
This isn't unique to just AI companies. I mean, Google, they have the Chrome logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Butthole. Google Authenticator. Butthole. Reuters. Butthole. Electrolux. Actually, that's a butt in a bikini.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
sideways bikini.
Yeah.
That's
there's
a wedgie.
there's Apple Photos.
Apple Photos. Yeah.
Butthole.
Threads.
Yeah.
I still can't get past the Brazilian Institute of Oriental Studies.
And
That just
here's
looks painful.
the systems icon for your iPhone.
Uh-huh.
Same thing. And they use Slack as an example of one that doesn't conform to this, but I disagree. That doesn't look like a hashtag. That's a butthole.
So wait, are we saying here's another conspiracy theory. Remember how like when you were a teen and you'd moon everybody or get mooned by everybody? Mm-hmm. Now everybody that was mooning people now are the logo creators. And they're still doing the red eye to everybody.
I love
In
this
my
connection.
defense, most of the time that was my elbow.
Oh my gosh, what in the world? I mean, so you're doing one of these?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Josh and I are driving by our friends and pulling our pants down as, we drive by.
It's a generational thing, okay? Ask Zach. Ask Zach.
Well, the younger kids in their generation, the deadliest thing they can do is text and drive.
Yeah.
Our generation, it was mooning and driving at the same time. It was doable, but it was risky.
Is risky and caught with your pants down, literally.
Uh-huh.
All right. You know what? This conversation's asinine. Let's go on.
Gosh. We have some phone calls.
Hey guys, proud Disney mom here. Just wanted to give a shout out to my awesome and amazing hubby, Jay. It's his birthday this week, and we are down here at our second home, which it was our home before it became the home of the frozen burritos. Just saying. We're down here in Vegas, gonna kick it by the pool for a little bit out here in Summerlin down in Vegas. So wish us luck too that we win the mega bucks and don't ever have to come back home to Utah. All right, thanks guys.
No comment. Go to Dirty Dogs.
That's it?
I don't want to get us in more trouble.
What's up, Kent, Josh, and Spencer? This is Chad. Just calling to say love listening to the other show and listen to you guys. Spencer, I'm going to chide you. You had a snack flavor update, and there was not one mention of any of the Mountain Dew flavors coming out in the next couple months, of which we have 3 coming out in the next month. So I'm going to give you time to repent and fix that. And then, Kent, to feed your ongoing conspiracy theory interest that you've got, you need to look up the Mountain Dew flavor conspiracy theory. This is brand new, and it is kind of chilling. So thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
So I didn't even know, or maybe I just text Chad and said, call in right now. Here I am being like, Spencer, did you know Chad's mad at you? Literally 20 minutes later, I'm mad at you. That was awesome. So do we know what these Mountain Dew flavors are, or are we just going to bypass this and make Chad give the update whenever he wants?
I mean, he
to?
can give the update. I could talk about how Cabo Citrus is coming out. This is going to be coming out in a 0 and a full-fledged flavor.
Perfect.
This should be hitting everywhere. This is a summer flavor. We did talk about Mountain Dew Baja Midnight. This is going to be a Taco Bell exclusive. This should be hitting Taco Bell's any day now if it isn't out already. Those are the 2 that I'm aware of coming out now. We should be getting more here in the next couple months.
Baja Midnight?
Yeah, they're just
Baja
getting weird.
Midnight.
Or
Right.
Wait, what is it called again? Baja
Midnight.
Baja Midnight. So essentially, what do they do different? Like pineapple or something?
It's
or what?
still the same bad taste, but probably a darker version.
Or like
No.
Taco Bell throws some taco meat in there and it's all the good.
Yeah. Which is really just oatmeal anyways.
No, so it's it's Baja Blast mixed with Passion Fruit Frenzy or Passion Fruit Punch. So it is a new flavor again hitting Taco Bell's exclusively. Oh, and I forgot Mango Rush. That's going to be this is a new one. They
I'll try
almost did
that.
a limited time flavor with
that
Little
actually
Caesars.
sounds nice. Okay, I'm into that.
So that one is a Little Caesars exclusive flavor, Mango Rush.
I just want a pineapple, like a pineapple Mountain Dew.
They did
There's not a
actually.
straight pineapple one. It's a Baja pineapple sort of one.
No, that was Baja Gold. That was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then they actually do have one. It is Maui Burst, and that is a Dollar General exclusive.
Oh,
And they
Josh,
had
we're there.
a
I'm not gonna.
pineapple exclusive one at Little Caesars last year.
What?
I would make a snooty remark about not being caught dead in a Dollar General, but I just spent like an hour and a half this past week at Dollar Tree.
Yeah, and you're trying to save money on Metamucil or melatonin.
Yes, a melatonin. Do you guys remember Welch's grape soda?
Yeah.
Apparently, Dollar Tree has like the whole stock of Welch's grape soda.
Deal. I love it.
Yep, and they
I
have a
love grape soda
pineapple
so much.
version too.
What? By the way, Chad, it sounds like you have some episodes to catch up on. A month ago, we talked about the grand conspiracy of Mountain Dew causing great calamity.
Guys, we're a 2-tier podcast. Like, that's actually pretty on par.
Yeah, he'll catch up. He'll catch up.
Look, no, he'll call in and he'll give us an update on Mountain Dew. Baja Midnight. There is a conspiracy theory about that one. He did share that one with me earlier. But you know what, Chad? I am promoting you to our dude on the street
Oh,
to to keep us updated on all the Mountain Dew flavors and the Mountain Dew happenings.
And please make sure that you call in the 1-800 number and continue to hound Mountain Dew to bring a Code Red Zero.
dude on the street with your Mountain Minute. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love that.
Dude on the street with your Mountain Minute. I love it.
Okay.
It's yours.
3-minute podcast.
Official segment. Official segment.
All right. And we got one more call, right?
Yep.
Hey guys, it's me, Erica, your biggest fan in Washington, D.C. I called a year ago. You don't remember me. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I just need to say I think I'm the reason my adopted state of Virginia is number one. My childhood and adolescence in Salt Lake City of being a prepper, I brought those skills here, and maybe I'm the reason my state is number one. I'm prepared enough for all of us. Also, Roanoke is in North Carolina, so don't knock my adopted state, guys, but I still love you. Thanks for making my commute better every time your podcast comes out. Bye.
Erica, I would argue that even though you are in Virginia and you brought those skills to Virginia with you, that credit should still be given to Utah by teaching you how to evangelize and to do missionary work of preppership, regardless of any religious backgrounds, because that is what Utah does. So Utah gets the credit. Win. Boom.
Well, maybe we've outsourced too many regular preppers and helped the rest of the country be ready for an alien invasion. And Erica is representing DC.
And today I learned that Roanoke is in North Carolina. Roanoke Island is different from Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay, hold on.
Is Erica our Will Smith?
What does that mean? Is she going to slap us? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
No. She's going to be the one that's like, welcome to Earth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. She won't make it to the sequel, but she'll be a hero in the first one. Oh, wait. Which one disappeared? Is it Roanoke or Roanoke Island?
Roanoke Island was the first colony experiment, whatever, from was it the English?
Yeah.
See, I just need to look
Was
up
it
the
English?
Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just looked at it briefly, and yeah, Roanoke Island is where the colony was first established or tried to be established. But Roanoke, Virginia, yeah, different place.
I have
always
noticed
thought it was one and the same. To be honest.
crime rates have gone down in DC since Erica's moved there. So
Just saying.
correlation?
Maybe she's more like Batman.
Ooh, you got a point. Speaking of strange happenings, have you guys seen What's Up with Weezer?
Okay. The headline I heard, it was so confusing. I need to know the real story. So Josh, there was like a chase, like a police chase with a suspect.
Oh, I think I heard something about this.
And then the first thing I heard, because there were no real details, they said wife of Weezer bassist shot in police chase because someone ended up in her backyard. That's like all I understood. I'm like, that's bizarre. I'll read up on it later, which is why I have you, Spencer. So what the heck actually happened?
Well, you should know. Weren't you babysat by by Scott Schreiner, the bassist of Weezer?
Savage Spencer today, everybody.
Yeah.
Weezer, wife of bassist shot by cops, booked for attempted murder. The wife of Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner was shot by cops during a wild chase in LA, and then she was booked for attempted murder.
It sounds like she was just home and someone broke into her backyard and she got shot. Like, is she the reason the cops were like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
California Highway Patrol and LAPD officers responded to a hit and run Tuesday afternoon on a freeway winding through the Eagle Rock neighborhood of Los Angeles. 3 unidentified suspects fled the scene on foot. One bailed out of his vehicle, climbed over a freeway embankment, and ended up on a residential street. The suspect stripped off some of his clothing, trying to blend into the neighborhood. Since a naked man running around is going to blend in, it didn't work. As cops scoured the area looking for the suspect, officers went into the backyard of the house where the suspect had fled, which happened to be next to Schreiner's house. Scott's wife, Julian, emerged from the house, gun in hand. It's unclear whether she fired. Officers yelled at her to drop the weapon, but cops said she ignored the multiple commands. And LAPD said she then pointed her weapon at the officers. They fired, striking her shoulder.
What?
She then ran into the house. 30 minutes later, her babysitter emerged from the house with hands up and surrendered to cops.
Jeez, say it ain't so.
Lauren was taken to the hospital and treated for non-life-threatening gunshot wounds and later booked for attempted murder.
Wow.
The original suspect was apprehended. The other two are still on the loose. Lauren has led a colorful life. She wrote a book, Some Girls, My Life as in a Harem, which chronicles her life as a guest and friend of Kent Dunn. The incident went down as Weezer is set to perform at Coachella this weekend.
Jeez. Ooh. Wait, was this in Beverly Hills?
No, this was in Eagle, whatever. What was
Okay, was she in the garage?
no, she was in the backyard.
Okay, all right. Well,
Eagle Rock. I
At
see what
least
you're doing there.
at least, it should have been only in dreams, but, sometimes it's just, here we go. What else we got? I'm trying to think of other Weezer songs.
She was wearing a red sweater. I'm pretty sure there was a pink triangle on it.
But it come undone. Okay, so wait, so the actual criminals,
Went down the hash pipe.
and they've escaped to an island in the sun somewhere. Sorry,
I heard the suspect's name was Jonas.
this is such a dad podcast at this point.
God.
Guys, you want to tell Weezer jokes?
Well, Kent, you are the greatest man that ever lived.
Actually, I love that song.
That is hands down the best one.
Jeff, I just think we have to end the show. We have to put that joke out of its misery.
You've just listened to The Other Show with Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is a Fat Squirrel production. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen. Sales and business manager is Spencer Myers. And resident sex appeal by none other than Kent C. Dunn. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly access to a live stream recording of an episode of The Other Show, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Baskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one and only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick, Smith, Dave, and everyone's favorite Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For links to past episodes, our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can listen to me on the Fartlek Running podcast show.
You can hear me on my other show, Baconsale.
And you can find me in River Cuomo's backyard.
In the middle of the night when the stars all yawn, he tiptoes in with his hot dog wand. Wiener wings flap with a meaty cheer. Poof! There's a Frank where your head goes, dear. He don't bring toys, no toothy loot, just frozen Franks in a Ziploc suit. Slide it in a bun or eat it cold. It's mystery meat and a tale retold. Frank, the Wiener Fairy, leaving sausage gifts so merry. If you've been odd and good and bold, you'll wake to meet that slightly cold. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes just right. Sometimes it's frosty like a freezer fight. But every strange little kid don't blink. They love a visit from good old Frank. He don't need sleighs or magic deer, just mustard dreams and a bratwurst cheer. If you say your prayers and floss real good, he'll stuff your pillow like a sausage should. You want a Frank to go, he's got your back before school, church, or a jumping jack. With relish and joy, he flies on through, leaving links of love just for you. Frank, the Wiener Fairy, hot dog hero, kinda scary, but in a charming grilled up way, like like a lunchbox elf with Oscar Mayer sway. Sometimes they're warm, sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're rock hard, that's his rule. But every strange little kid, in fact, can't wait for Frank to make his snack attack. Did you hear that fridge door creak? That's Frank, mid-flight with a sausage sneak. He sees your snack dreams all wrapped in foil. He makes them real with meaty spoil. Frank, the wiener fairy, a little bizarre but never contrary. He sprinkles Franks with a backwards twirl for every quirky boy and girl. So give a grin when you hit the hay. Frank might Frankify your day, and every strange little kid will shriek, I got a warm wiener under my cheek. Frank the Wiener Fairy, making mornings meaty since forever, and slightly weird.